Trump bombing Iran is a distraction from the Epstein files. You know, I thought this too until I really thought about it. They don't give a fuck anymore. They never did, to be honest. But now, they don't give a fuck about us knowing what they do. You know, black people and indigenous people have told all of us, non-black people, for centuries that child sex trafficking, child rape, child murder, child torture, child sacrifices, all these weird, horrific, demonic, ball-worshipping blood rituals they do with babies, cannibalizing children. What the fuck do y'all think the colonizers from Europe were doing when they invaded America? And all these countries filled with indigenous and melanated people? What do you guys think the slave owners were doing to black people's ancestors? You guys really believe that shit they teach in school, that all they did to slaves during slavery was whip them and beat them and treat them like shit? That's fucking nothing compared to most of the fuck shit they did. What do you guys think they were doing to those little indigenous girls and boys and women? You guys really think they just killed all those people? Fuck no. There was mass rape, mass genocide, child rape, mass murder, and yes, even cannibalism. And I get that's a shocking thing for a lot of you, but that's history. And guess what? It's nothing new. They have been doing this shit. The demons have been doing this shit for centuries. It did not just start with this Epstein shit. They have been doing this shit for centuries. Since the beginning of colonization, even before that, to be honest. Donald Trump bombing Iran with BB is not a distraction from the Epstein files. The bombing of Iran, the mass genocide in Gaza and Palestine, the kidnapping of Maduro and Celia in Venezuela, the starving of Cuba, the complete destruction they caused in Haiti, the funding of the genocide in the Congo, the unrest in Sudan, the mass poisoning of our food, water, and skies, the attacks and threats against the alliance of the Sahel states, and every other imperialist invasion, occupation, and aggression towards another country. That is U.S. policy under every administration, regardless of whatever weird scandal a particular president may bring in. Democrat, Republican, doesn't fucking matter anymore. It never did. It never did. This is not a Democrat or Republican issue anymore, and it never was. Kamala Harris would have done the same exact thing that Trump is doing now, just in a different way. No, she wouldn't. Yes, she would. Okay, bots, listen to me. Same agendas, different parties. This is a systemic issue. This is the policy, and it has always been this way before Trump, before the Epstein files, and way beyond that. And unless we change the system, not by fucking voting, because voting doesn't do shit but feed the system, by fucking not participating anymore collectively and consistently, nothing is gonna change, and it's only gonna get worse if we don't do that, regardless of who ends up in that white temple of evil after this fat fuck pig leaves. At this point, bro, unity is the only thing that can help, but nobody is willing to do that. We have to completely abolish taxation. We have to completely abolish participation in the system. This current structure, this current system has to completely crumble in order for a new one, a better one, run by the people to rise. That's how this shit crumbles. We have to agree collectively and consistently. Cut off the money. Cut off the money. They manage power. We are the power. They manage power. We are the power. That's what keeps them going. It's possible. It is. But it requires at least 80% of people across the world and 60% of Americans to pull it off. All they give a shit about is power and profit, not our